Hello, friends, and welcome back to the Hood Rat Podcast and the Code Comic Show. My name is Hood. This is my boy Space. How you doing today, Space?
I'm doing good, bro. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. We're gonna get into it with this fresh look at books that went from top to not. Some books that you may have forgot about in your, your comic book freezer. But in general, like we always say, we're just here to help you find deals in a comic book world full of deals, right, bro?
Yeah, dude. There's deals everywhere, but right now, it being as cold as it is, you find the extra good deals right now.
Yeah, and we'll even be around when things start getting hot again, which I think they will be with all these announcements from Marvel, right?
Yeah, dude. It seems like they're doing a big push. So, even though it's gonna get hot, how do we keep it, baby?
Baby, we always keep it cool, right?
That's right. Nothing but cool. Okay, first book up today, The Amazing Spider-Boy, Part 2.0. I don't know, however you want to call it.
I know, right?
Yeah, this is the kind of second iteration of Spider-Boy in general, but the first wasn't just strictly for Marvel. So this is just this is Spider-Man number 7, came out last year, and there was a lot of hype around this character. A lot of people ordering multiple copies of every book that Spider-Boy appeared in, and Spider-Boy was on the cover, and Spider-Boy
this and that Spider-Man.
Yeah, dude, Spider-Boy. It's like you couldn't get away from it, I felt like. So it's kind of funny that this is cooled down. It's kind of what you would expect. I would expect it to cool down a little bit earlier, actually, because kind of the hype train stayed for a while and got his own series and all that kind of stuff. But this was at number 13. It went down 19 spots to number 32. And this is like the secret Ramos variant of this cover. This wasn't the original. This is the variant printing, but this was the one that was highly desirable that everyone really wanted because it kind of showed him in like full glory on the cover. So
you can't hate on Ramos though, man. I
love
Ramos.
Yeah. Not one bit on Ramos at all. I love that dude, and I love his art. I love his work. So nothing against that whatsoever. It's more so on the overhyping of this character. It's a cool character. Don't get me wrong. I like the character. But it just seemed like you couldn't get away from it for like months. And I was like, where is this coming from? Kind of like blindsided. But yeah, let's check out what CGC and GoCollect says about this book. All right, as you can see right there, Spider-Man number 7, first appearance of Spider-Boy. Art by Bagley. This cover was done by Humberto Ramos, like we were saying, April 5th, just last year. $4 got you in the door on this one.
$4.
$4, yeah, and that's that's standard price nowadays.
Man, that's almost a year ago. Look at that, bro. April.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising. We're coming up on a year of this, and it's like from the numbers here, you can still see a 9.8. That's holding a decent amount of value for such a new book. I would expect this book to drop into the $60 range, but Universal just over 5,000 graded, signature 680. 9.8s on the census. You have 4,728. So if that's not the indicator of people losing their minds and going on a grading frenzy, I don't know what is. Under 1,000 sales, so not even a fourth of those have sold. Your FMV is I was going to say $1,000. Excuse me, $100 for a 9.8. Your 1 year was just slightly over at 107, and your 30-day was 87. 9.6s, just as expected.
$48.
Yeah, $48, cut in half essentially. 1 year.
Selling one is Efren, Pass Point Comics. So go look at his page. Yeah, he's selling 9.6.
Yeah. Check out Uncle F. You can get your 9.6 from him, and probably a great deal too. He's always willing to sell books at a great price. So but your 1 year on your 9.6 was 64 and your 30-day was 37. So
$37, bro.
$37
to slab that thing. Yeah.
Exactly. It's over $40 now with shipping all in and everything. Well, I don't know. CGC reduced their rates. I'll
Did they
say
reduce
in
them?
air
Like I don't
quotes.
even keep up. I don't keep up with those, bro. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
done with them.
I saw
Yeah.
something a couple weeks ago that they reduced the rates, but it was probably just to kind of push aside that controversy, kind of give everyone maybe it was a Hail Mary kind of type of thing, just to get everyone attention away from that. But yeah, $37, man. What a steal. You could probably get
Let's
one for
do.
35 $30, I bet, if you just offered. I bet you there's people that bought tons of these, slabbed them all, want to dump them. So you could get yourself a 9.8 for probably around $80, I would imagine, and a 9.6 for probably like 30-35. So I don't know. It's doesn't seem worth it. Otherwise, get your high grade on this book and kind of stick from there. Or we can look at eBay right now, like we're about to do, and check out your raw prices on that. Let's check it out.
A space, do
Yo,
you know what surprised me, man, is that there's no 9.9s. Like they're being sticklers about it.
yeah. I mean, who knows now? I bet you if you got one now raw and sent it in, you might get a 9.9.
Yeah, we might have 10 of those next time this comes on the code list.
Yeah, exactly. 2 months from now, when this show's back up, when people forgot about it again, we'd probably be able to scoop up a 9.9 for $120, something like that. But we wanted to throw up, keep it a little different. We wanted to throw up some actual listed prices for the slabbed copies. You can see right there on the left-hand side of the screen. Somebody's trying to sell one for $115. Could be more shipping on top of that, but I mean, you're looking at $100. There's one signed by Humberto Ramos and Dan Slott for $600 or best offer. Seems a little high to me for both of those signatures on that, but I mean, it seems a little steep. But then there you go, right there. It's kind of what it's saying. There's the next two down on the list. One went for 109, or is listed for 109 with $13 shipping, and another one is listed for 84 with $15 shipping. So all in
84. Look at that one.
Yeah, dude. And then with shipping, it's $100. Exactly what you're talking about. What GoCollect is talking about as well. On the other side of the screen, we got the raw copies. Raw one went for 7 bids for $20. Another one went for $40 with $5 shipping. One more on February 9th went for $32 with $6 shipping. And one more on the 7th went for $39.99, best offer accepted. So, I mean, you could probably get one right in the $20 to $30 range, I would imagine. If a shop has this on the wall, ask them to take $5 off. You can see kind of if you're really wanting this book raw. If it was up to me, I would be getting this book raw, and if I really wanted it, and then sending it in, because there's so many copies of this book.
Yeah.
But if you want to just pony up and spend $100, you get yourself a 9.8, man. It's as simple as that. Okay. Book number 2 on the list. Another Spider-Man book. Spider-Man heavy list this week.
It's a heavy week. Heavy Spidey week, bro.
Every week is pretty much Spidey week. There's so many Spider-Man books out there. If you've never seen this before, or you're new to the show, I don't know if we've had this actual one on here.
I don't think we had. It's the first time we had this one. I think.
First time with this one on the list. This is Spider-Man number 1, and this is just Spider-Man, not the Amazing Spider-Man, Spectacular, Web, just Spider-Man. When the Todd father took it over in the 90s, and this is the second print, and the way you can tell, it's got gold on the cover. There's multiple printings of this book. There's a silver. There's the regular trade dress one that's like green in the background. There's a platinum version, and on top of that, there's multiple errors in all of these. You can find the error version. So this one is just for the standard second printing, direct market second printing one of this. This book was at number 30. It fell 20 spots to number 50, so it's dead in the middle of the list. This is art-wise, this is an awesome issue. The first, 13 issues of this run are amazing. Story-wise, in my opinion, leaves a little to be desired.
Yeah.
But the art is amazing. You cannot deny it, especially this iconic
all the covers,
cover. Yeah. Sick. All the covers are awesome. They're all done by Todd McFarlane. This is just a a beautiful cover. I think, I mean, I had this poster on my wall when I was a kid. I was a big Spidey head then, and I still am, but man, I loved this cover so much. I collected all the printings. I had multiple of them. I probably sold off the error copies or gave them to my friends without even knowing. But I mean, that's what comics is, right? You just love it, so you want it, so you get it. This stuff, the first issue in that run, art, like I said, art done by the Todd father. Let's check out what CGC and GoCollect saying about this book. All right, you can see right there, Spider-Man #1, second printing, gold edition. Universal on the census, there's 5,900 of them, just over 5,900 of them. Just over 2,000 are signature series, and 7 got that purple label of death. This is kind of an outlier for a 90s book. You don't usually see this many 9.9s in a 90s book.
Ton of 9.9s, bro.
Yeah, dude. 29.9s on the census. That kind of shows you how heavily printed this book when it was and how popular it was and still is, actually. You know, this book still routinely sells all the time. But check your dollar bins, because you never know. Sometimes they're lurking in there. Yep. 9.9s, there's 20 on the census with 7 sales. The last 9.9 of this second printing sold for $2,850.
Not bad.
Not at all. Especially when you compare that to the 9.8. Usually you see at least a 4 times markup from the 9.8 to the 9.9, and this is well above that. So that's awesome. 9.8s, there's 2,833 on the census, and like I said, for a 90s book, there you go. That shows you how heavily it was printed. 1,100 or 12, just under 1,200 sales with a fair market value of $140. Your 1-year average is 150 and your 30 days 132. So it's dead nuts in between both of those. Your 9.6 is 1,249 on the census with a fair market value of $120. 1-year average is $70, and your 30 average is 65. And your 9.4, your FMV, there's not many 9.4s on the census. It's considerably lower once you get past 9.6. FMV for the 9.4 is $110. 1 year is 60, and your 30 days 32. So, I mean, if you really want to get it in that low of a grade, you know, you can get it fairly cheaply. So it's probably a, you know, if you don't care about the grade and you just want a slab copy of this that looks good, because the 9.4 is probably going to present really, really well as well.
Yep. Still near mint if it's 9.4.
Exactly. Still qualifies as near mint. So, you know, under $40, you can get yourself probably, well, it says Air FMV is 110, but I mean, I bet you offer someone $40, you could probably get a copy of this in a 9.4 for that much, or just, you know, save another 100, maybe even less than that, $60, and get yourself your 9.8.
But even the 9.6 is a good deal. Look at that. It's going for half the price on the 30-day average, you know? So.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Like, that's what I said. Like, you know, if anything, use this show and just the data that we're, you know, presenting to you guys as something that you can have in your pocket for a bargaining tool. You know, hey, I'm looking at this. I checked this out. The 30-day average of this book is only $65. You know, what if I give you 55? You know, you don't ever be afraid to ask for a deal. The worst they can say is no. And then you guys can haggle about a price. You know, you might end up realizing this person just really wants to move this book, and I can get it for a fantastic deal if I have the money. So it doesn't ever hurt. Just use it. You know, use this, keep this in your pocket. It's in your pocket anyways. It's on your phone. So just pull it up and use the data, man. All right, friends. Looks like over here on the left side of the screen on the electronic bay, we got some slabs coming up. Looks like on the 7th, one sold for just under $130. Another one on the 5th sold for just under $140. And, you know, that kind of shows you, kind of shows you exactly what the fair market value is at right there, according to GoCollect chart. It's pretty much on the money. A 9.6 went for best offer accepted under $89.50 with $14 shipping, and it looks like an 8.0 went for $40 with
$40. There you go.
$40. That's so. I mean, like, you know, if you like, just like we were saying, you want that cheaper copy, dude, it's
Why
out
not?
there. Yeah, that's really not that bad. Who knows too? You might be able to crack that and get a 9.0 or a 9.2 out of it. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
On the raw side of things, on February 8th, one went for $28.99, so just under $29 with free shipping. Another one on the 4th went for $30. One more on January 29th went for $30, and then one more on January 15th went for just under $19 with $8 shipping. You can find this book out there. They're out there. Just hunt for it. If you're a Spidey fan, you want to get all the different colors of this copy, you can get it relatively cheaply, especially if you don't care about greater condition. So there's plenty of these books out there. Go find them.
All right, amigos, here we go with the third book on our list. And this is the classic cover by Mike Zeck and John Beatty. This is Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars number 8. This is at number 91. It's down 44 spots from 47. Writer of this was Jim Shooter, and this whole series, Secret Wars, kind of saved Marvel back in the early 80s. Like this is a very classic book, very classic book, very wanted book by everybody. Everybody has it in their collection, at least one. You're not going to sell it because it's the Michael Jackson cover, man. Like it came out in December 6, 1984, when Michael Jackson was at his prime. And look, there you go, man. I always say this is a Michael Jackson cover because this is him on his toes, right?
It's the pose, man. This book's a thriller. It's a thriller.
It's a thriller, man. This is we have the black suit Spidey on here on the cover, but it's not. There's always arguments of where he showed up first. We have ASM 252. We have Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man number 90. And then we got Marvel Team Up number 141. So it's all up to you, whichever, you think is, the most relevant copy for, the black suited spider. But I like this one, number 8, and I like 252. Those are my two favorites. Like those are hands down.
Yep. Those are my two favorites as well. I just don't like the pose on the Team Up book or really on the Spectacular one. But I do like Spectacular. But I like the Spectacular one because Black Cat's on the cover and she's always like messing up his plan. So I kind of like that.
Yeah. And we got some sexual tension in that one too. So
definitely
all the time, man. But this is the origin of the black suits. Of the symbiote. Joining into the DNA of Peter Parker and creating a black suit. And this is also the second appearance of Julia Carpenter. But I tell you what, if Black Suit Spidey ever shows back up in a Marvel show or movie, man, this one's gonna skyrocket.
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, this is already a semi-expensive book, depending on how much money you make or how much money you have. So it's readily available, but not readily accessible if you don't really have that much money. So it's gonna skyrocket even more.
And this is a Mark Jeweler book too, so make sure before you slab this, you actually look in the pages because that Jewelers is in there somewhere, man. That one's worth a hefty coin, So
definitely.
But let's check out and see what's going on over here on CGC and GoCollect. All right, friends. So this is actually the newsstand for this book. There's the direct, and then we got the newsstand, which is worth a little bit more, and then you got the Mark Jewelers. But this over here, it doesn't have a lot of information on the census through GoCollect, but we do have the prices. So a 9.8, there's about 103 sales on this. We don't have the information on that, and that's it's going for about $1,200. The 30-day moving average on the 9.8 newsstand for Secret Wars number 8 is $1,115. 9.6s, the FMV is about $425, and the 30-day moving average is $431. And the 9.4s, we have a $300 FMV with about a $300 moving average, and then on 9.2s, $280 for that on the FMV, and the 30-day moving average is about $259. So we could run through it all, but let's check out that 9.0 because that might be where the deal is kind of at. The 9.0 is $260 with a 30-day of moving average about 153. So there you go. That one might be the the price you might be looking for in this book, because there's some wiggle room. 9.0s to 9.2s, not much wiggle room, but that 9.0, there's surely a deal on that one, bro. Right?
There's a gap. There's a that it looks like just about $100 gap, maybe a little bit more, that you could probably score this for. Under $200, I'd say, easy to get your hands on this book in a 9.0.
Yeah, you could barter, man. You could barter and say, you know what, 30-day movie has about 153. Like, why don't we do 180? And there you go. You got yourself a deal.
Perfect.
All right. 3, 2, 1. All right, amigos. GoCollect didn't really have, a lot of information on the census, but they did have, the FMVs and the 90-day, 60-day, and 30-day moving averages. But here we go. Here's some fresh buys right off of eBay that we're going to check out, so we can give you like the fresh data like we always do every week. So on February 10th, an 8.0 went for $162.50. A 9.2 went for, I would say, like $220, right? Best offer at $250.
Yeah, it's probably pretty fair.
And then we have a 9.8 that went on best offer from $14.99. I would say about $1,400. So not bad. A little bit higher than F&V.
Yeah, CBCS too as well. So that's great. It's perfect.
Yep. And then on February 8th, a newsstand CGC went for about $1,000. So not bad. A pretty good deal right there on that 9.8 for $1,000 on the bottom. And then here we go with the raws. On February 10th, 2024, a raw went for $90, about $100 with tax. On February 9th, a newsstand went for, look at this guy. This guy got a pretty good deal. The seller did. Best offer at $345. I don't know, man. That's kind of weird. I wonder how much that went for. If you're watching this and you sold that, we get that a lot, right? Let us know how much the price is, what you got for that book. Even in the comments, we'd really appreciate it.
Even if you don't want to leave it in the comments and you want to just send us a message to if you don't want to disclose that info, like, that's totally cool. If you want to put it in the comments, fantastic, because we're just curious. You got a great price on that.
Yeah, you got a good price on that. Yeah, totally. And then 1.8 newsstand. It doesn't look like it was in the greatest shape. Went for about $70. Then on February 4th, 2024, it looks like a fine went for about an FN went for about $140. So this book still has a lot of value. People really enjoy this book and enjoy that cover. And we do too, right?
Oh yeah, I love this book, and I always say I'm a big proponent of low grade is better than no grade. If you really want the book and it means something to you, and you can get it in a low grade for a great price, do it. Like, everyone wants to have, like, what we have, slabs on the wall behind us and high grades of all these books, because we love them and we want to make sure they're pristine and look. But if you can get it in a low grade, man, go for it.
Do it.
All right. Back to the fourth book on this list. This is another book from Marvel Superhero Secret Wars. This is the premiere issue, number 1. It's kicked it all off and kind of excited everyone when they first started reading this, because it's a cool story. I really enjoyed the Secret Wars run. I really liked it. It's very Dr. Doom heavy, so that's why I enjoy it, and I know that's why Hood enjoys it as well, because he's a big Doom head. So, but this book has slipped 27 spots from number 34 to number 61, so it's cooled off a bit. And this is always right around usually around a $20 book raw, so you might even be able to get a better deal on it. But yeah, this is the first issue of the run, but you have to look out, because there's a bunch of copies of this that have a printing error with the color of Galactus in this one. And it's like that one, some is purple, some is blue, and like I think there's even one more where he like doesn't have that much color in him or something like that. I remember hearing about, but they go for about the same money, but it's just cool to have a little bit of a printing error variant. So keep your eyes out. If you pick one of these up, open it up and find Galactus's image and see if it's got that little.
Open that book up, man. Smell it for a little bit.
Yeah. See. Yeah. Exactly. Bathe in the funk a little bit.
The funk.
Let's check out the census on this one. All right. So this, like it says,
wait up, bro. Let me ask you a question, man. Was this like the first like crossover event? You know, like you know how they do like summer events and spring and fall events.
Yeah.
Events that don't matter. You know, half the time.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly. This is the first. Like we were saying, you know, this was their kind of Hail Mary to get money back into the company so they didn't go bankrupt, right? But yeah, this is the first kind of crossover to try to get everything like tied in and paint everything with like a bigger paintbrush, so that way opens up more kind of avenues for other comics to tie into other comics.
Yeah,
right?
and I bet Hickman's all like, thank God you guys.
Oh yeah.
I had a job for 30 years because of that.
Yeah, exactly. When he was a young kid, he saw the light and went, "Oh, hey, look what people can do. I can make everything connect now. I just
I'm gonna make a career out of this."
Yeah, I can think broader, and I can think. Yeah, exactly, and I can tie everything together. Watch, with a nice little bow. But yeah, like it says right there in the key issue stuff on the left side of the screen: first issue entitled series, first cameo Beyonder, first line-wide company crossover in comics history. So not just Marvel history, but other comic publishers as well, right? Because you had Crisis on Infinite Earths after this, and you had multiple things go on throughout all comics. You know, multiple other comic companies come up, create a whole new universes, all that kind of stuff. So this was on May 10th, 1984. Came out whopping 75 cents. On the Universal side of things, wow. On the census, 7,561 graded. So that's a massive amount of this book graded. That should show you alone how much this was printed, right? Signature series just under 1,400, and purple label of Doctor Doom. There's 8 on census. Purple label of Doom, Doctor Doom. 9.9s. There's only 1 on the census, and FMV on that is about $717, and that sold. The last sale for that actually has only been 1 sale. That sold back in 2010. So it's been a while since that one has exchanged hands anywhere. 9.8s, there's just over 1,600 on the census with an FMV of $270. Your 1-year moving average is 322. Your 30-day moving average is the same numbers, just mixed up, 223. And then your 9.6, 1,945 on the census. FMV is about $110. It's pretty cheap FMV for this book. Yeah, not at all. And your 1-year average on that just under 109, and your 30 days $100. So I bet you if you threw out $80, you could probably get a 9.6 of this, $85. You know, if you see it. 9.4, $12.95 on the census. FMV is under $100 with 95. 1 year is 91. And your 30 days, 85. So you probably get it even cheaper than that if you're not too picky. And down at the bottom of the screen, you see the 8.5 FMV is only $50.
$50.
So that's 8.5 in this book. This book is a 40-year-old book, right? So and a 40-year-old book for $50 in that high of a grade. What a steal, man! I'd get that.
What a steal for sure.
Yeah. All right, over on eBay on February 13th, 6.5 went for best offer accepted of $121 with just about $20 shipping. On the 12th, a 9.4 went for $95. Wow. Like, so there you go, right there. I mean, that makes that person who got the 6.5 probably feel, you know, unless it was $95, they probably feel bad. A 9.8 went for best offer accepted on February 12th of under $640. And then a signature series 9.2 went for $57.
$57.
Signed by John Beatty. That's a great deal on that too. And a 9.2, you know, near mint minus, that's fantastic. I'd buy that for sure. On the raw side of things, on the 13th copy, they say it's about a 9.4, but get your magnifying glass out and tread with caution for $56 with free shipping. And then somebody sold a complete set 1 through 12 on February 13th for $350.
That's pretty good, man.
That's a great deal. It really is, because I mean, unless that number 8 is just beat to crap, they probably got a steal.
They got $60 off too with the extra 20%.
Yeah, I was about to say it says right there 20% off coupon. Wow, they got a really good deal, man. Good for them. And there's some amazing, like, just to highlight for a second, there's some amazing covers in this. Besides number 8 and number 1, they're both really iconic covers of this. Number 12 is amazing, and number 10 is amazing. They're both fantastic covers, just beautiful. So
they got this about for $280 with that's 20% off. Yeah, so not bad.
Under $300. What a steal. Hopefully they're all in decent condition, and then right below that on the 12th, looks like they say high grade, but who really knows? $47 with $5 shipping, and one more $40 with $7 shipping. So this book is plentiful, raw or graded. If you want it, they're definitely out there to get.
All right, friends. So we got one more book on the list for you guys, and this is Amazing Spider-Man number 344. This is published back on February 10th, 1991. This was written by the great Dave Michelini, who created Venom. The art was by the great Eric Larson. This is new to the GoCollect list at number 100, and this is the first cameo of our favorite psychopath turned symbiote, and that's Cletus Cassidy, who later becomes Carnage. This might, why this has popped up new to the list, it might be, what I like about this is that, this popular on the list, it has nothing to do with like the movies or, the services or anything. Like it's actually a comic spec, because we were just talking about that right on the last one. Like we have another crossover event, and it's like a Venom versus Carnage, a symbiote bloodbath crossover coming in March. And this crossover event is going to be called Symbiosis Necrosis, feature with the featured writers of Torrin Gronbeck and the great Al Ewing, and with artist Ken Lashley and Perez. So this is going to be a 4-part series starting at Venom number 31. So if you're into that, the crossover series, it looks pretty cool. I mean, I looked at the covers and I looked at some of the interior. You can see it right here. It's going to happen.
Cool.
It's going to pop up. It looks pretty fun. But I'm not a crossover guy, so I'll probably miss it, man. But I mean, you gotta love our favorite psychopath. Like Carnage doesn't give a you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we want to stay on YouTube. So
he gives no what about anything, and that's I think that's a big part of why people are drawn to him, because they just want to feel like that for a minute. So you get to read about this character and you get to see him go, I don't care about nothing. I don't care.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do it.
It's an excuse for Marvel to get kind of rated R too. The comics. So a lot of
very true.
It's a true blood. It'll probably be a true bloodbath, because you got to have a bloodbath when you have like Carnage. Like everybody's doing like cold water plunges over on Instagram, but he does like blood water plunges.
Blood plunge.
blood plunge, Carnage style. Let's check out what this book's doing over here on GoCollect and CGC. All right, here we go, friends. We have about 4,600 graded. 223 of these are signed. 2 are restored. We got 4 on the 9.9s, and it looks like none of them ever sold. But we don't know, man. It could have been sold at the cons and everything else, So 9.8s, we have 1,271 of these. FMB is about $100. A 30-day moving average is 90. 9.6s, we have 1,547. FMB is $55, and the 30-day moving average is 49. 9.4s, yes, pretty cheap book. I like the cover too. I mean, Eric Larson is one of my favorite artists, man. I love the guy.
Yeah, he does Spidey Like I always like his Spidey because it's like a mix of the realistic and the cartoonish, right? So you get a little bit of like what Todd McFarlane did with the realistic, but you get original Spider-Man. You get him like a little bit of the cartoonish too. I really like his Spidey.
Yeah, he's a Bay Area Berkeley guy too, like he comes
Yep.
from my hood,
Yep.
I met him over there in New York and he's eccentric, like any artist, but he's cool.
Yep.
He was
Yeah.
awesome, you know. Gotta love the guys from Berkeley, man. They're a different type of people,
Yep.
so
Bay Area.
9.4s are about $48. 30-day moving average is $28. Wow. You
Wow,
can get this.
dude.
Wow,
What a
someone really
deal.
scored. But you
Yeah.
know what? We see there's a lot of deals. Let's just check out what's going on GoCollect because I seen this 30-day $28 moving average on the 9.4s, and I'm like, man, someone scored. So let's see if we can
Yep.
find it over here on eBay with the freshies. All right, friends. So we got a lot of deals going on, man. I'm looking at deals left and right here on the
Ooh, look
on
at
the left
these.
side with these 9.8s.
Dang.
$67. That's a deal. I
That's a
mean, it's
steal.
yeah, it's a steal. It's about what, $87 with the
Yeah.
shipping.
Yep.
Another
Taxes.
one,
Yep.
another one went for $66.
Wow.
Another $90 one right there. And then
Yep.
to check out this 9.6, he got two of them. He got
Dang.
it looks like he got 344 and I can't see the other and 344 and 345
Mhm.
near mint. And he got that one for $57.
Wow, that's a
What
great deal.
what a deal. And then
Yeah.
another one on February 8th went for about $80, a 9.8. And then
Mhm.
we look over here on the Raws. I'm thinking, man, you might as well just buy a 9.8.
Oh, for at these prices, yeah, man. Get that slab 9.8.
I don't know, look at $20 right here for on February 3rd. Another one went for about another $20 with the
Mhm.
shipping on February 3rd. And then the third one down on the Raw side, we have a 9.0 went for about $20. $24.
Mhm.
Then on
Yeah.
February 5th, $20. So $20 for a Raw and about $90 with shipping, including shipping
Mhm.
for a 9.8. Not bad for this book.
Not at all. That's just some great prices.
All right, amigos, that's our show for this week. Code Comics. We collaborate here with GoCollect, and we want to thank GoCollect for always providing us with all this information. We really do appreciate it. Make sure you go to my boys, video, YouTube
Channel.
page,
Go to my channel, man.
whatever you call it, man. I'm old, bro. Make sure you sub them up. Make sure you go check out GoCollect as well. They're down here in the description.
Definitely.
And make sure you like and subscribe, and please comment. Comments always help us. I think comments is the biggest one, man. You leave a comment. If you bought one of these books or you sold one of these books, write it in the comments. We love to hear about it, man. We'd love to hear about your experience. But most of all, what do we need to do what do we do on the show, bro?
Aside from all of that stuff, man, just keep it cool.
Always. See you guys next week.
Peace.